What's up, people? What's up, people? It is your boy MM2K back with a special video, a video that I'm going to use as a demonstration of how simple and smooth it is to play Stadia side-loaded on the new Google TV device. Now, a lot of you may be looking at this video and might be thinking, what's the point? We just saw recent stuff out there that Google is about to, that hints to Google being about to support Google TV, Android TV integration, and that may be true, may not be true. You may be waiting another 2 months from the time of this recording for that, because Google said the first half of 2021. They may be taking that down to the 11th hour. But I want to show some of you, regardless if the full support comes tomorrow or 2 months from now, how simple and easy it is to play Google TV with Stadia side-loaded on. It's not that much of a challenge to get it working. It's also a good experience to play for the most part, with a couple of hiccups here and there, something, and it's more or less to do with the UI, but I'm gonna get into it. But this is my Google TV, and you see the stuff that I'm watching. Like right now I'm watching Dad Stop Embarrassing Me on Netflix. I like that. Here goes some of the shows that I like to watch. Popular movies that they feel like is good for me. I like a lot of action stuff, anime, things like that, comedies, whatever. They really suited this up for me. I watch sports on TV via YouTube all the time. Shout out to the homies at Twit. I love them. I watch those. That's my most watched podcast is Twit. I watch them all the time. Shout out to the homie Stadia Dad Games. He's in the house. We got him. He's my first recommended video. I love my brother Stadia Dad Games. He's out there doing the damn thing. And so on and so on. I want to show you guys this tab. So I watch so much martial arts through this thing. I got my own little martial arts tab with some great martial arts movies. I'm going to tell you one that I bought. If it puts it here, nah, it ain't got it here. Dag nabbit. I bought one, and it's really worth buying. Japanese martial artists. They're rare to come by. Most of the martial artists that you may come across, the Asian martial artists are either Thai. There's a lot of martial arts coming from Korea and mainly China. It's very rare that you'll see martial arts, like full-fledged martial arts movies coming from Japan. But there's one that is just superb. But I can't find it right now. All right, so enough with that babble. Let's get to Stadia. We're going to play some Stadia right now. Okay. So in order to sideload Stadia on the Google TV, you need 2 programs installed. One, you're going to install just on the Google TV device. The other one you're going to install on both the Google TV device in your phone. This Explore application, look for it. That's really the first one you want to download here. Get that on your Google TV. And then you want to get Android Remote, and the icon looks like this. Then once you do that, you want to go to your phone, your Android phone, and download Android Remote there as well. The reason why you want to do that is because there is a video that we have here in the tips and tricks that shows you how to do this. And they tell you that in order to finish the process of sideloading Stadia, you're going to want a wireless keyboard and mouse. The integration or the use of Android Remote omits that. What it does is it turns your phone into a mouse pad for your Google TV. It connects as long as you're connected to the same network. So you're going to definitely want to connect to the same, similar IP or whatever the case may be, same network. And then it turns your phone into a touch mouse. And you're going to need that because after you use Explore, you're going to download the APK on like a cloud hard drive somewhere or a cloud folder somewhere. So if you got a Google Drive, create a folder, download the most recent Google APK there, or Stadia APK, I'm sorry. You're going to download it into that folder. You're going to use Explore to move it from that folder and install it on this device. And then after you do that, then you're going to open the program, and there's going to be this part where it's going to say get started at the bottom. It's going to be an orange button. Normally you can't use a controller or remote to access it. That's where you're going to use Android remote via your phone. You got to activate it here and then activate it on your phone. And then you're going to use that to use your mouse phone or your phone as a mouse pad to click that get started. Now, once you do that, you're good to go. There's some other things you have to do, but it's all going to be detailed in the video that I'm going to attach in the description, and I'm going to put it in the comment section. So I did that. I got it installed, right? Using both of those programs. Very simple. It took me about 10 minutes to do everything. And then I went to, so now I got Google Stadia on here. So here goes me loading up Google Stadia on my Google TV. And I think what was the last game I played? Like when you're setting it up, you're gonna have to hit the button to get into experimental mode and all that other stuff. Now this is where it becomes, the only problem that I've had is that one, the UI gets held up a little bit, as you can see. Gets a little janky. And sometimes if you do too much movement in the UI, it'll boot you out. The second problem is, in order for you to see your games, you got to go horizontally like this. And sometimes it takes a while for the actual pictures to load up. So my recommendation is, if you're going to use this method right now, you can go and get enhanced, what is that, Stadia Enhanced, and you can create thumbnails for the games that you play. And whatever you thumbnail, I believe, will appear in the front. If you don't play other games like I have like a gazillion games. I don't play all those damn games. Then you're going to be searching forever and waiting for the actual pictures to load up. It could become a mess. All right, but we're going to demonstrate with Division 2. I wanted to play this in 4K, but the HDCP blocker on the Google TV is even more fierce than the one on the Chromecast Ultra. If Stadia didn't deserve an award for anything, they definitely deserve an award for the HDCP blockers. This is unbelievable. So now I can only capture this in 1080p. And it's insane. I don't know why they're so hell-bent on their blockers, but they are. So you'll get to see Division in 1080p. I already got an expensive method to strip the HDCP blocking on the Chromecast Ultra. I'm not putting no more money into it. I'm not. It's just that's going to be the downside, y'all. Is once this gets officially supported, when you upgrade from the CCU to the Google TV, you're going to, if you're using methods to strip that HDCP and play full 4K, you're going to lose that. Excuse me, unless you find a method crazier than mine. And you may be hard pressed. We're in the game. Look at this. So smooth. Oh, there's a polarity switch campaign. Oh man, see, I need to get back into this. So we're going to play a little bit of Division. But we're 9 minutes in. I'll just play something real quick and then I'll back out. Just to show you how smooth everything is. I play, like, what I do, y'all, is my wife, at 5 o'clock, I got to stop doing what I'm doing. I either got to stop and go help with my mother, or I just got to stop in general. Because my wife is like, at 5 o'clock, that's my time. I'm like, okay, sweetheart. Happy wife, happy life. So, and then normally, unless we schedule stuff in, unless I got something scheduled well in advance, I'm done for the day. Like I got to be done by 5. We have some rare exceptions, but Anyway, with that being said, I can still play games though. I'm still allowed to play games, y'all. And what I do is when I go downstairs and chit chat with my wife, you know, and she don't mind sitting there watching me play these games as long as she gets to babble about her day and how the people that she worked with is crazy. She doesn't care. They saw me from the grip. You know how that's humanly possible. But anyway. Woo! Now, some of you might ask about the latency. Woo, Jesus. Outside of the latency that I get because I'm using the Xbox controller, an Xbox One controller, there is no latency. I don't feel any. I gotta get rid of that mode. But I don't feel any latency. It runs smooth. My recommendation though is it's not as smooth as the CCU. It might be off just a tad bit at times. I want to say more recently, I don't really notice a difference as far as latency is concerned. Except for the Xbox controller, the Xbox One controller. I don't know how the new Xbox Series controllers work with this. But the Xbox One controller, definitely, you're going to get some problems, and I'm experiencing some problems now. But generally, I use my PlayStation. I use either a PlayStation controller or my DualSense controller, my PlayStation 5 controller. I'll use and hook up. I don't have an Xbox Series controller, so I can't tell you how those work, but I hear the latency technology on those are fantastic anyway, so I would imagine that it wouldn't be too bad there. But if you're using the Xbox, I don't recommend the Xbox One controller at all. I don't recommend it. Well, you know what? Unless it's wired. But see, you can't... How can I say this? You can't play wired on a CCU. I play wired with my Xbox controller when I'm playing on my PC. So I don't have a problem. But see here with the CCU, you can only use the Stadia controller for one. And for two, with this, you can use anything, any Bluetooth device, which is excellent. So you don't need a Stadia controller. But I don't recommend an Xbox controller, an Xbox One controller, that is. Any other controller that I've experienced was fine. Whoa! Jesus Christ! Woo! A rat bastard! Oh! Jesus! Wow. Here we go. Okay. These bugs ain't no joke. So, yeah. So there you go. There you have it. Me playing on the... Chromecast, the Google TV, rather. It playing nice and smooth. I'd recommend doing it. And because it works with every single device that you already have, just about. Even though the Chromecast Ultra's on sale, go get you a... Now, here's what I do recommend though. Which right now with the Chromecast Ultra on sale, and you getting a free controller and the Chromecast Ultra for only, I think it's $70 right now, or $60 USD. That might be the better deal. But if we're still waiting for the Chromecast Ultra or the Google TV to be supported, and that thing goes back up to $100, you might want to consider, that is unless you definitely want another controller. Ah! The hell did he come from? You might want to consider getting a Google TV, sideloading Stadia on there, and then getting the, because what I have is I have the Ethernet controller for the Google TV device. Look at that. I cleared floor 14. Let me go to floor 15 and we'll stop right there. Look at that. If there's anything here. But you see what I'm saying? Like, if the price drop goes away and we're still months away from the Google TV support, you guys again might want to consider getting a Google TV still, side loading it using those programs that I pointed out earlier in this video, and then just using your controllers that you already have in your house. And then on top of that, I would recommend buying a Google TV Ethernet adapter. You don't need it. It still plays well without it. But then for things like just the technology with Stadia is so great. It plays well without it. But I'm going to tell you one program that definitely benefits from you having that Ethernet controller is Geforce Now. Installing Geforce Now. I can't remember if you had to side load. I don't think you got to side load it. But even if you got to side load it, it's not, trust me, it's not going to be as difficult as Stadia was. But once you get Geforce Now on this puppy, and as y'all saw earlier, I have it on there. When you play games on Geforce Now via your Google TV, I mean, it depends on the game. But if the game normally is known to run like butter, go smooth like butter, it'll be smooth like butter on there. So especially if you do a lot of different cloud gaming and you plan to do that, I highly recommend getting the Ethernet controller. If you're just playing on Stadia, you can save yourself some money and just get the Google TV. But it's going to be worth it anyway. The investment's going to be worth it anyway. So those are my thoughts. But with that said, that's it from your boy MM2K. Just a, I don't want to say walkthrough video, but a demonstration of, again, Google TV. Playing Stadia on your Google TV. It's not as difficult and challenging as some may have led you to believe.
Just lie down and die.
It still leads to a great Stadia experience, as you can see that I'm having here, clearing out the floor, out here laying waste to these suckers, to these jive turkeys. And I highly recommend that y'all, if you're itching to get it, my recommendation is give it a try. I mean, the support is coming. It's a great device anyway. Excuse me. It's just a great device altogether. But it's my personal recommendation that for Stadia, it's good to use. So if you're having a great Wi-Fi experience with Stadia, from my experience, you'll still have a great Wi-Fi experience with Google TV. Playing Stadia and even side loading it there. You'll definitely have a better experience if you get the Ethernet wire, but you may not have to get it. And secondly, if you do other gaming, like you plan to use Geforce Now, get it. I mean, I play, that's what I mainly play right now when I go downstairs. I ain't gonna front, because it carries, it's like, I don't want to say cross progression, because GFN is a conduit from your PC game. But I'll play PC natively on Outriders, and then when I go downstairs, I'll finish it off via GFN. It's a great experience. I definitely, you know, urge you that if you are going to be big on playing GFN on this thing, get the wireless Ethernet too. I mean, not the wireless, the Ethernet adapter. I'm sorry, I'm misspeaking all over the place. With that said, that's it from your boy. Appreciate all of y'all. Thank you so much. Hope you got a lot out of this video. With that said, until next time, have a wonderful, wonderful gaming day. Peace.